What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Weekly Nerdy News, the show where we kind of go over what's happening in the world of nerdy news within movies, games, TV, whatever. I don't know. I don't really have a cool intro or anything yet, so we're still figuring that out. But this week, I'm not alone. I have friends. I actually have people who are joining me this time. All right, so real quick, the biggest thing this week that's been going on is the Switch event. That's like the hugest thing. We'll get into that in a second, but I wanted to go over some of the news first. Some of the big like movie news. So there was a couple things that happened this week in terms of news. One of the biggest things was Defenders. The Defenders actually had some new releases as far as images and things. So they released a lot of stuff on Ultimate Weekly, and I showed you guys some of these images. So what do you think of them? You guys excited for the show?
Yes, but I feel like Marvel does a lot of really good things. So, I was hyped for Jessica Jones. Never heard of her before, Jessica Jones, but hyped for Jessica Jones. Hyped for that there Matt Murdock.
Did you actually watch Jessica Jones, though? Did you actually watch the series?
Yes, I did, yes.
I fucking... you binged the shit out of me. Or binged the shit out of Jessica Jones without me. Even...
Yeah,
we both watched the kids, so that was something just fun.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of an accident. I didn't actually mean to watch it all in one night, but it's kind of what happened. It was so good. But yeah, I really like them because they're all so different. But I really like Daredevil the most. I think it's the most action-packed one. I think it's the most of sort of how the Avengers is gonna actually be in the final product. But just seeing them all, it looks really cool. How they got the comic book cover with the different names on them and stuff. So I thought it was pretty dope. And I also like the different color coding, with the green, the red, and the yellow for each of them. So it gets me super excited. One for Iron Fist, which I think is coming out in March. Do you guys know it all at all?
No.
Yeah, Iron Fist. I've kept up a little bit of information, but there actually hasn't been too much, to my knowledge, for the show. They kind of showed some stuff back when they dropped Luke Cage, or right after they finished Luke Cage. And they were like, "Oh, here's some Iron Fist stuff," and there's a whole bunch of leaked footage and then official footage from the shooting.
Right.
But they haven't really talked about what they're gonna do with him for the most part.
Yeah. See, the thing for me is what.
Oh, I was gonna say, I know you and me were speculating for hours about what he could be or how they're gonna portray his powers and all that.
Right. Yeah, the thing for me is I'm super excited just because I like Jessica Jones. I like Luke Cage, but they kind of are more, I guess, social commentaries, and Daredevil is more of just a gritty crime drama, and so I feel like Iron Fist is gonna also be in that room as well. It's gonna also be a lot of action-oriented stuff. So I'm really excited to see where that goes, and hopefully, in the future with the Defenders as well. So, do you have any thoughts on it at all, Alex?
I did not watch any of it.
What?
At least, yeah, I didn't watch any of it.
Really?
I didn't watch any of. Nope, I didn't watch Daredevil, Iron Fist, just between Luke Cage. I didn't watch any of it.
Do you just not care, or I mean?
I do care. I just haven't watched it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
you
gotta take
talk about it. That's perfectly fine. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to spoil anything for you, but
No, that's fine.
That's what the fuck out of you, dude. I'm sorry.
That's I'm honestly just spaced out right now, just waiting for us to talk about something that I'm relevant to.
All right. Well, okay. So let's move on then. The only other thing I have as far as movie news was it was announced that Woody Harrelson's gonna be in the new Han Solo movie, which I'm not sure do you guys know about the Han Solo movie at all? And what's going on with that? Even though Woody's Harrelson.
I know that it exists, but that's about it.
Yeah. Anyway, so Woody Harrelson, he was the guy that was in Hunger Games. He's in the Planet of the Apes trailer that just came out. He's the bald dude, so that's pretty cool.
Zombieland?
Yeah, he's also the guy in Zombieland. I think his name is his name Texas or something like that?
In Zombieland?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not Texas. I forget where exactly. It's a city.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, so that seems kind of cool to me. What?
Texas City.
Texas City? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, and the last couple things I had real quick was just that for Avengers Infinity War, they officially confirmed Spider-Man was going to be in it, and Gamora was going to be it from Guardians of the Galaxy, which it's kind of like a no-brainer to me. It's like a no-duh.
Who was the second? You said Spider-Man and who? I couldn't hear over phone vibrating.
Oh, sorry. It was Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and just kind of like the Guardians in general are going to be in it, so like I said, I thought that was kind of a no-duh. It's like, oh, well, yeah.
Part 1, right? This is all for part 1.
Yeah. Well, so they actually changed it, though. Now it's not going to be part 1 and part 2. It's just going to be...
Yeah, isn't it all just one movie now?
Yeah. Just
so essentially, they're going to do like a lead-up movie. But the lead-up movie is like the unofficial part 1, and then there's actually going to be a full movie, which is the actual thing.
Well,
that's going to be a long movie, huh?
well, no, because...
It better be.
So what they're doing is... Before it was part 1 and part 2. That was Avengers 3 and 4. Now Avengers 3 is just the Infinity War saga. So all of it with Thanos and everything, the Infinity storyline, and then part 4 is something else. Or just Avengers 4 is the movie entirely.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so they said Thanos is still going to be in it, or he's going to be an antagonist or whatever, but it's a totally different film. It's not going to be Infinity War or anything. It's just something else. Which I'm not sure how I really feel about that, to be honest. I kind of like the part 1, part 2 thing, but I don't know. All right, well, let's move on.
I guess, it makes sense because they're trying to fill in, they're trying to fill in all these new characters that they keep fucking adding.
Right.
Yeah. And I think doing like a part 1, part 2 thing, a lot of people would be confused about it, probably.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like, I mean, sure, that happens with a lot of movies. Like, there was one movie that did that recently, or maybe not recently, but over the past few years.
Well, I know
Harry Potter?
Yeah, well, Harry Potter did part 1 and part 2 for the 7th movie.
Yeah.
And then Hunger Games did it with their last movie. Freaking Divergent, the entire thing is like one, different ones.
True.
Yeah. And I guess the argument to be made there is that because it's like part 1 and part 2, it's basically one long movie. So if you didn't watch the first one, you can't watch the second one. You have to watch them together.
Yeah.
And they usually end like a cliffhanger, so you have to kind of do it as one thing, versus now if they do it as 2 movies. They're completely separate plots, so they're not really related to each other, but they're 2 separate movies that can exist on their own. So I do kind of feel that. My only thing is, with the Infinity Gauntlet storyline and what's going to happen in it, I guess because I just got used to the idea of it being a part 1 and part 2, I feel like that story is just too big to fit into one movie, so I'm not sure how they're even going to fit that in, to be honest, but I guess they'll figure it out somehow.
It depends on how they do it, because honestly, I don't know if they're going to... I mean, it's not really spoilers, because this shit probably came out... The comics came out, like, before any of us were even fucking born, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, Thanos takes on, like, all of the Astrals and the Celestials and all those guys. And I know that, like, he takes down, like, the One Above All and Eternity and all those guys. So I'm like, are they going to try and put those in? And that's one of the things I'm kind of, like, looking forward to, is to see if now that they are doing one movie, are they going to, like, tone it down so that we're going to see, like, maybe the Kree Empire might be, like, the biggest space element. But outside of that, it'll just be the Avengers, the Guardians versus Thanos.
Yeah. What I'm thinking, I mean, they kind of have to, though, right? Because there's no way they're going to introduce Eternity, the Living Tribunal, all those stuff. I mean, they did name drop those a little bit. Doctor Strange and, like, in Guardians, but it just won't be that trippy. I just don't see it happening,
Yeah.
But...
Which is kind of sad, because honestly, like, I mean, catching back up on all my comic stuff, like, I'm actually kind of interested in seeing how the movies would portray that. Especially, like, the Living Tribunal, because he's such a weird, abstract character.
Right. Well, we'll have to see. We'll find out in 2018? Yeah, 2018, May 2018, so we'll see in a year.
Oh, so long!
I know, right? Well, I mean, this year we have so many movies coming out. Yeah, that is the future. Can you believe it? Pretty soon will be 2020.
No. It's pretty soon. Nike will actually, like, drop the price on those ridiculous self-tying shoes. That way everybody can actually have them.
That's never going to happen.
That'll be the actual future.
That's literally never going to happen.
Nah, man. They'll drop the price to, like, $200. Then I'll be able to afford them.
No. They're going to be expensive for forever. They'll have better versions that come out, but the old ones will still be freaking expensive.
Stupid.
That's just...
Nike will be all like, the old ones, still 1,000.
Yeah.
Oh, but the new ones, 1,200.
Yeah, yep.
Because they're MP3 players as well.
Jesus.
Oh, okay, so it equals out a little bit.
Well, I mean,
No.
All right, so let's move on from all the movie stuff. That's all I have for movies. As far as video games, the only thing I had two things before the Switch stuff. One with Mass Effect Andromeda got an official release date, which is going to be March 21st. To be honest with you guys, I didn't play Mass Effect the first series.
I didn't play it either.
Yeah,
me either.
Well, damn.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Stream. Look, Stream. We're so sorry. We are fantasy heads, right? Anything fantasy, Nintendo, maybe some Square on the side. We've played those, but Mass Effect. It's one of those things I've always wanted to get into.
Yeah.
But I've never actually just sat down and had the time to do it.
Yeah, our friend Sean, he's like really big into Mass Effect, and I know he showed me a lot of times. I like playing it. It looks really cool, and I love like space and that kind of storytelling. I just never got around to playing it. So, and also the third one, apparently the ending was so bad, I just kind of turned me off from it. So, but because it's more like, I guess like a reboot or like a redo, I'm actually really excited now to play it. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, it's gonna be my first time playing it. So
I remember I played the demo for one of the multiplayer things on the 360, I think.
Yeah.
I thought that was really fun, but I just never ended up picking up the actual like game itself. So I'm also really interested in picking this one up.
So
it looks really cool.
Yeah. So do you think we'll all pick up the game on the 21st?
I don't know if I'll pick it up on like that day, but I'll probably like wait for some reviews first, and then I'll end up most likely picking it up down the line.
Yeah.
I'll probably just spaz out, have an impulse, and buy it. So yeah.
that is in your nature, yes.
That is kind of in your nature, but I can't. I'm not really one to talk. I do that as well.
Yeah.
Just like I tried to buy a Switch, but they're all sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate you because you guys probably got one, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Response.
I did.
Less than the first 2 hours.
Fuck you. I hate you both. I hate you both.
Yep.
You can always try going in store. Apparently, a lot of places like in store still have a bunch of pre-orders you can get. But like just the pre-orders getting it shipped from online to the store, they're all sold out just because of ease of access. So if you like go to GameStop or Best Buy or something and ask if they have like in-store pre-orders, a lot of places still have them. Well, at least for now.
Good luck.
I mean, that's one of those things where I'm just kind of it kind of blows me because I'm just like, Nintendo, look, you knew this system was gonna be good. You knew it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You guys got NVIDIA on this shit. You guys were like, look, this is going to be the system of all systems.
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, it's not the system of all systems. But like, my thing with the Switch is it is a serious game changer because it's kind of redefining how we look at console gaming. It's not really like, I don't want to say it's a handheld with console power. It's more like a portable console. Right. It's meant to be a console that you play at home, but if you need to, you can pick it up and just go somewhere. And that's what I love the most, is like essentially instead of carrying around an entire PS4 to a hotel if I travel, I can just take this tablet with me and a charger and I'm good.
It's the ultimate hybrid.
Yep. Yeah. For now, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the biggest thing for me is that portability is its biggest factor. Like if truly if games come out in the future and they're third party, they're on every system and they're all the same, there's no downgrade, and you can buy it on PS4, Xbox, whatever, and have it at home, play it, or you can buy it on the Switch, have it at home, play it, and also be able to take it portably. If that's really important to you, that's a big deal. That's definitely going to make a difference versus buying it one or the other. So.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, I guess since we're talking about it now, we'll just switch to it. Switch. Get it? Switch to it.
Switch.
We will switch.
Oh man. Great. So yeah.
The conference is a little corny, but I loved it.
Well, that's the big news this week. Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern time, and I believe it was 11 p.m. or 8 p.m. or whenever it was Japan time. In Tokyo, they officially had the big conference for the Switch. They showed it off. They showed off the accessories for it, the price for it, the launch games, or at least some of the launch games, and some of the games coming out within 2017.
Launch date.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of the Nintendo Switch?
I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped for this. I'm so ready. Like, I can't fathom the amount of hype that I have because it's just infinite right now. Because I'm so ready for this. Now, the only downside for the launch of the Switch is I'm not a big, and I'm probably going to get roasted for this, but I'm not a huge Zelda fan.
Sure.
I'm right there with you, bro.
But at the same time, like, you know, if I saw Link in Super Smash Bros, yeah, I'll play as Link, or I'll play as Zelda or whatever.
Right.
But I mean, I never really sat down and played any of the other Legend of Zelda games. Actually, for this very reason, I started playing it on my NES Mini, because I never actually played them before. And the only two games, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I never played them, and the only games that they have, to my knowledge, at launch are isn't it Breath of the Wild and 1-2 Switch. 1-2 Switch seems cool, but I feel like it's only really gonna be the best at like parties and stuff like that.
Right.
Right. And I mean, that's cool. That I don't know if I paid $60 for it, but I mean, it looks cool. But I also want like a game that I can like sit down and play and just sink time into. But the only option that I have for that is Breath of the Wild. So now I'm forced into getting Zelda. Breath of the Wild. But if I wanted, like another game or something like that, I'd have to wait. But I didn't want to have the console and then not have a game to play it until a game that I want, like Splatoon 2 or the Mario game looks kind of cool. And if they actually are, gonna release a Pokemon game for it, then whenever that comes out too.
Right.
So I mean, it's a cool console. And even though I'm not a huge Zelda fan, I am interested in Breath of the Wild. I know that's like their gauntlet right now. Their Infinity War gauntlet. It's the hype train.
Sure.
It is powering the Switch.
Yeah.
But I mean that's just how I feel.
Okay.
So
wait. Also, real quick, I just posted a image to the chat so you guys can kind of see of all the games that they announced at the conference. So like on launch day, we have Zelda 1-2 Switch, Bomberman R, Skylanders, and Just Dance. And to be honest, like you were saying, the launch lineup is kind of weak to me. Like, the only real game on there I want to play is Zelda. Switch does look kind of cool, but it's more like you were saying, like a tech demo or like some kind of like party game. Funny thing was, at the New York conference they had the next day, they were demoing all their games, and for 1-2 Switch, they actually demoed it as like a drinking game almost, because they had like whoever did it, the loser would have to eat some kind of funny food or whatever. So I'm like, that's basically a drinking game. Whoever loses has to take a shot. So that's kind of how I see the game. It's not like a serious game you spend hours in. It's just like a fun party game.
Nah,
what? You don't spend hours, man. 1-2 Switch, I mastered it. It is my life. It will be everything that I play.
It's not even out yet.
Wait. Hold on. So I'm seeing that was Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. That is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 on 27th. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh my god.
Looks like it.
Oh Jesus Christ. Okay, so I'm super hyped for that. Oh my god. I need a launch day. I need it launch day. I need it. I need it so bad.
That's probably not gonna happen. But
oh my god. I know it's not gonna happen, but I need it.
Yeah. For some of these prices real quick, so the Switch is going to come out at $299, which a lot of people kind of guessed. People were saying $250, so $299. That's cool. Now here's some of the stuff that kind of scares me though. So the Switch is going to come with the controller, the Joy-Con controllers, the system itself, and that's basically it. Extra, you can get a Pro controller, but it's going to be $69.99. So $70 for a controller.
And the full Joy-Con one, isn't that like $80?
Well, so I was gonna say, yeah. So you can get a Joy-Con controller pack with two, like left and right, for $79.99, $80, and then if you want to buy one separately, just the left or right, they're $49.99, so $50.
Fucking Christ.
Which is super expensive to me, especially because some of these games, like with ARMS or One Two Switch, well, not necessarily Switch, but like with ARMS, especially in some other multiplayer games, you're gonna want to have more than just one set of controllers. So you're gonna pay another $80 just to get your second set of controllers, which is, I mean, now to be fair, it seems like the amount of technology being put into those controllers because it has all this HD rumble stuff. I guess that's what adds up to the price. It just seems kind of crazy nowadays with controllers being like $50. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
I think it's pretty crazy that controllers and the accessories are just like more expensive than the games are themselves.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Kinda. Yeah, it's messed up.
I mean, what I will say though, and this is kind of going into like a theory that I kind of have, is I think Nintendo is putting up a really good I want to say like not a front, but essentially it is kind of like one where the Switch is getting all this attention and love, and they're doing some pretty bold stuff with it. But it almost kind of looks like a Hail Mary. Like, the Wii U wasn't doing too well. 3DS they're trying to like start to curb off so they can go into the next generation. And it looks like they're really trying to like catch up with like PS4, Xbox One to an extent. Like, not necessarily have a system that beats them, but at least can play their games. That way they're competitive. And so I think like a part of me feels like a lot of these like price points are essentially them trying to catch up financially for this last generation of like essentially just going straight downhill and not really having like an upside to it. So and it makes a lot of sense too, because if you look at it, like PS4 came out first, Xbox One was right after.
Yeah.
Both of those started dominating right away. The Wii U has been suffering since it launched, and technically, if you think about it, they've only been on an uptrend. Or their uptrend stopped when the Wii U launched because they stopped supporting the Wii. So for an entire generation, essentially, like the majority of the PS3 360 era, and going into now, they've not really had a uptrend of sales at all. So it's like I kind of understand where they're coming from with these price points and everything being so expensive, and I do appreciate the fact that like they're putting in so much tech and hard work in order to make the system feel like it's worth it. Like, it's not just another Xbox or PS4. Like, it is still Nintendo.
Right.
But you can also it's also future-proof, essentially.
Yeah.
So.
Now, well, I mean, the only thing with that, because I'm not like a financial expert, I don't know, I haven't been tracking their sales or whatever, but like, Nintendo, even though they weren't making as much money with the Wii U, they're still a pretty profitable company. I feel like with their handheld sales, they're not, they weren't losing. Like, I mean, the Wii U didn't sell well, definitely. But I don't think they're like at a loss to the point where they need to start overcharging for accessories. It seems kind of weird to me. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not a financial expert as far as.
Well, yeah, and I don't know their exact I don't know their like what they're grossing or whatever every year. I mean, somebody out there probably has those numbers. There's people that like follow the stocks, but it's just what I've noticed is Nintendo's never been one to charge this much for a system, and all of a sudden after this whole downtrend with the Wii U. Now they have a system that essentially is the price of a PS4, and their controllers are even more expensive than the PS4. So, because what is the PS4 now? The PS4 is $399, so it's the same price.
Yeah.
But it's a handheld console.
Well,
and I mean, technically, you could say
it's actually cheaper. It's $100 cheaper.
Yeah, I was gonna say the regular base PS4 is cheaper now. The PS4 Pro is $400. So.
Yeah, that's even crazier. So it's like and technically you could justify it by saying like, yes, you're downsizing the tech, so you're paying for a PS4, but it's like squished into the size of a tablet.
Right.
But even then, like those controllers are almost damn near $100 once you're done. And I know Canada's definitely feeling it because for Canada, the Wii U itself is almost it's like $350 or something like that, and the controllers are upwards of like $100. So.
Jesus,
it's pretty rough. So I mean, my whole thing with this generation is like the Switch, hardware wise, looks really promising. I'm just hoping that they can back it up with the third party support, and these launch titles kind of go into this thing that I've been noticing where the era of good launch titles is dead, essentially. So essentially, just developers kind of put out a system. They're like, we need this out, and then the titles will just kind of come as they come. So.
That's I've noticed that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I've noticed that too. That people were expecting. Like, I know for me, and I saw like Game Explain and some other places on YouTube were kind of doing their predictions. And they're like, we're gonna have Smash Bros on launch. We're gonna have Mario Kart on launch. We're gonna have Zelda on launch. We're gonna have all this stuff, and like that would be awesome. And I think a lot of people were kind of expecting that. But that is a good point though. That like most launches we've had in a while haven't done that. You know, PS4 launched with not too many games, and off the top of my head, actually, I can't even think of what they were. I know the biggest one was Infamous Second Son, and that came out a few months after the launch. That wasn't even on launch day.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was like March after launch.
yeah, so yeah, you're right. I mean, definitely the era of having awesome launch titles is kind of gone. I think the biggest thing is more like the launch window, or that first 6 months, first 12 months. Those games you're going to be playing back to back. That's sort of what I think needed to be there. And to be honest, there are some good games on this list. Like Zelda, obviously, is the big one. Mario Odyssey looks freaking awesome. Although it's kind of weird that he's like in like a modern city. It's kind of strange to me. But
Sonic Adventure.
yeah, I mean, yeah, basically it's like Sonic Adventure 1 all over again, which is cool to me because I like Sonic Adventure, but it's just weird seeing a fat little, plumber kid running around with this adult people in like suits. I don't know, it just seems kind of strange.
That's a grown-ass man right there.
Yeah,
That's a grown-ass man right there,
Yeah.
all Italian.
I mean, I
like
love
said.
it. It's like I like weird stuff like that. That's why I like JoJo so much. You know what I mean? I like weird
Yeah.
stuff. So I think it's cool. I just think it's just looking at it for the first time. You're like, what? This is weird. And plus the city's called New Donk City, which is just
New Donk.
yeah, it's called New Donk City. So that's a
That's
hidden
just
window,
downright creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's based off of Donkey Kong. If you look at some of the screenshots and stuff in the distance, you can see the actual NES version of Donkey Kong.
Then why didn't they call it New Kong City, not New Donk
Well,
City? Like,
'cause he's not-
Donkey
he's-
Kong.
yeah.
No,
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that theory and I actually like it because this could be like the city where the first Donkey Kong took place in, when he's climbing the tower and stuff. So that'd be a cool reference to call back. And yeah, I saw that where like some of the street signs are named like Diddy Street or whatever. So do you think we'll see Donkey Kong in the game?
That'd be really crazy, but cool.
I think we
Maybe?
will. I think we'll probably see a bunch of stuff just because the whole thing behind the Odyssey
Mm-hmm.
is Mario traveling between what seems to be dimensions
Yeah.
or other worlds. So I'm sure we'll be able to we'll get glimpses or maybe not full views of characters, but at least nods to them existing. At least we'll see Yoshi for sure. That's a given, I think.
Yeah. I think we'll be actual.
And also, it's a good story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't really know what the story's gonna be yet, but no, I definitely see your point because he definitely is doing some kind of world traveling thing. I saw this just now. Will be freaking insanity is if it's like Smash Bros, where he actually goes to different characters places. He actually goes to Donkey Kong place. He goes to Hyrule as one of them. That's probably literally never gonna happen, but that will be just insanity to me if they have callbacks to Zelda's place, Metroid's world. You know what I mean? He goes to different worlds within the all the characters that they have so far. So
Yeah, and I think that would, make it earn its name Odyssey, journey. When I hear the word Odyssey, I think of Odysseus and his story and how he went all over the goddamn place, right? And I'm intrigued. I think that's another reason why I really want this Mario game, because I'm intrigued to see where is he going? What is he doing? Is he just going and looking? Is it gonna be that one game that flopped that was Space Simulator? I don't even remember the name.
No Man's
Sky.
wait,
No Man's
wait,
Sky,
what?
Wait. Another thing too, No Man's Sky right now, I feel is getting crushed in terms of social standing by Astroneer. I'm playing the fuck out of that game, and it's so good.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like they're trying to make a comeback, and I don't know. I already sold the game, so I'm not going back unless they make it really worth paying another $60 for it. But I mean that's just my thought process. I like the idea of Mario going to different like places. Like, hey, what up, Link? What up, Zelda? How y'all doing? Metroid, how you living? You know, I feel like that's awesome.
Yeah.
But if they don't do that, which like that there Seven Shoguns was saying, if they don't do that, then where is he going? What is he doing? Like what is he looking for?
He's
We
looking for
saw
Peach, man.
I mean, well, Peach was worried about him. Bowser threw a thing at him, and Peach was like, "Oh no, Mario, no!" So I mean, he can't be like, "Hey, Peach, where you at? Where you at though?" Because Peach is
with that Peach.
I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
I don't know.
He was straight pimping.
I don't know, guys. Straight pimping.
Yeah.
Didn't you see the parental guidance trailer that they put out? They had a whole thing with Bowser and Bowser Jr., and on Bowser's screen was a perfect picture of Peach.
No, I didn't. But Bowser's a creep. He just can't leave that Peach alone.
He's freaking.
Yeah, Peach was literally his lock screen.
Exactly. He's freaking
Bruh,
cartoon.
That's
Godzilla.
creepy. Oh my god.
Nah, man, he's got that fresh suit, fresh ass hat. He's throwing it around, like he just comes, gets his girl. He's gonna get married to her. We see that they're getting married in the trailer, so that's just what it is, So Mario's gotta come in and be like, hey, it's my girl, and they gotta fight over it.
The reason why I'm excited for this game is just because it's going back to its original roots of like the Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine, like a more open world, like choose your adventure kind of thing. Like I'm really excited for that because I didn't really like the whole like linear style they've been going with because they did like a rehash of Super Mario Bros. U like 30 times now, and like Super Mario, what was it? Super Mario 3D Land.
Yeah,
that one was really cool, and it was almost getting there, but again, it was still like very linear. It was basically like Super Mario World in like 3D.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like they haven't had a game like this since the Galaxy series. I think Galaxy 2 came out in 2010. So it's been 7 years since we had a game like this, and even then, technically, Galaxy was still a little bit different. They haven't had a game like this since like Sunshine 64, and that was freaking GameCube. So, it's definitely a return to form to that, huge open style. And that's another thing too. Like the world looks so open. Like the forest level with the giant, massive trees off Attack on Titan or something. Like I don't know, it just looked freaking amazing. So I'm excited for that. Mario looks awesome. I'm excited for Zelda. I didn't get to play Splatoon 1, so I'm actually excited to play Splatoon 2. And Mario Kart 8 obviously was fun, so playing that again. But beyond that, a lot of these other games are kind of like just rehashes of older games. Xenoblade looks kind of cool, so I do want to play that. And I'm kind of interested in ARMS a little bit. But beyond that, a lot of these games don't really catch my interest, so there's not too many games coming out. But like you were saying, the first launch window of a console, there's not going to be a whole lot. But there just wasn't a whole lot that I was personally excited for myself, at the conference.
Yeah, I mean that's usually kind of how it is, and I think with just the entire window of like just when they're launching, it's in March, the beginning of the year, which I mean for 2017 is looking pretty good for other consoles. So I'm not gonna lie, like if these other, I feel like if these other developers knew about the Switch or were developing for the Switch earlier, like Platinum with like Nier Automata and stuff like that, like it might have come to the Switch. But I think the biggest thing is just we're going back to waiting for fall. So essentially, the season of the empty wallet at this point, from September to December.
Yeah.
Of just constantly shelling out money. But that'll probably be when the Switch actually shines. Is when they drop COD, when they drop Assassin's Creed, when they drop all this other big stuff, and they say, "Yo, it's also on the Switch," and that's how we can truly compare, how the Switch is to the other systems.
Yeah, how it runs.
Yeah,
I think as soon as they announce Overwatch on the console on Switch, that's it.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was something I thought they were gonna announce. I thought it was gonna be like, oh yeah, here's Blizzard and here's Overwatch. Because I mean that whole style fits Nintendo, I think, very well. So, and being able to play that portably, I think that's a freaking home run, to be honest. But I don't know.
Yep.
hopefully they'll announce more third parties. Because like I said, there's still stuff they didn't go over at all. Like the rumor about the GameCube Virtual Console, they didn't go over that whatsoever. There was also the new the rumor of the Smash Bros being carried over. There wasn't anything about that. Pokemon Stars, or whatever that's going to be, didn't hear anything about that. So there's still a lot of stuff they haven't gone over, and we still have E3 and other conferences. So hopefully throughout the rest of the year, we'll hear more about what's going on with Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at like the launch window right now, basically every month or almost every month, Nintendo itself has a solid IP launch, which is pretty good. Like that in itself, I think, is like what they're going for, and then they're probably just hoping for like all these other third parties to like show up and start putting out their games within those windows of emptiness.
Emptiness.
Yeah, I mean, we can only hope. I mean, they got Skyrim, which, that's kind of cool. I mean, that is pretty cool. It's just that game is so old now. I wanted to see more new stuff, but definitely.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna do something like Fallout 4 or something.
Yeah, Fallout or something.
Fallout didn't do too well.
Yeah, I don't know. I was talking this with you before, Cameron. And I was thinking about like just third party games in general that I'm looking forward to this year. There aren't a whole lot that jump to mind right away. I'm sure if I had a list, there would be tons of stuff, but there's just not a whole lot that jumps at me like right away. Like the biggest one I'm excited for is Red Dead, and I don't see that coming to Switch just because Rockstar can be kind of anal about what consoles they want to release their stuff on. So, Mass Effect would be pretty cool if that comes out. I mean, they did have EA at the conference, but then they announced FIFA. So I was like, okay, well, that's kind of cool.
That was such a waste of time.
Yeah, that could have been a perfect chance to be like, yo, Andromeda is also coming to the Switch. Like, yeah, I think there's actually a plethora of third-party stuff that potentially could have been on the Switch, and I think it's more or less a fact of Nintendo has been very, like, hush-hush about the Switch for the longest time.
Right.
So I don't think they were reaching out to a lot of these devs. And, I mean, for no fault on anybody's side, like, they got to do their R&D. Because, I mean, the Switch, honestly, like, I don't think they would have wanted to release that information because that could have gotten skewed in so many different ways. But, yeah, I just think that, like, because the system was so hush-hush for so long, and now it's finally coming out, I don't think anybody knew about it, honestly. Like, devs themselves, like, they were just kind of, here's the Switch, it's out, here's our IPs, we have some deals that we've made. Like, we told other third-party people we are working on a system that will, be current-gen quality, so if they want to hop on, they can. But I don't think they were, like, going the PS4 route, like Matt Cerny, and saying, oh, devs, what do you want to see in our system so that you can start developing for it before we even launch the shit?
Sure. I mean, that's probably true. I just don't know if it was necessarily, like, too quiet just because everything freaking leaked for it. Like, months before it came out. Like, we all knew what it was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there were leaks out the ass, but, like, what I mean is, like, the Nintendo reps themselves didn't go up to Ubisoft or Activision or any of those other guys and say, hey, this is exactly what our system is. Do you want to start working on it? So, because that's pretty much what Xbox and Sony did, or Microsoft and Sony did with their systems. They went up to all the devs and were like, yo, this is our new system. Here's everything you need to know. Shit comes out in 2 years. You want to make a game for it or not?
True. Oh yeah, one thing I did also hear, and I couldn't find any source for this, so I'm not sure. But I heard that apparently, ARMS is being developed by Platinum Games, which I don't know if that's true because there was no logo for Platinum or anything on the trailers. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but that's something I heard. Also I was watching that conference and 1-2 Switch. Some of the mini games on there are completely weird. Like there's the one shooting game which is pretty cool. There's also like a milking game where you can milk.
That was hilarious.
You can milk cows. Oh man, we have to do that one. Have to, 100%.
Of course, because how else are we gonna get milk? We need milk.
Yeah, man.
All the time.
Just gotta milk those udders, bro.
Milk them.
Yeah, but beyond that though, I thought the conference itself was kind of lacking just because. I mean, all the translators, rest in peace. all of them.
Oh my god. They were so... Alright, so... Can we talk about the dude that did Sudas? What was that thing at the beginning?
I think okay, so I think what happened was Suda51 was actually drunk, and I think he was legitimately rambling. So the translator was like, I don't know what, like, I'm not sure what to say because you're not saying it. You're not really saying anything.
Yeah, I think for the most part, most of the presentations were like scripted, so it was easy enough to just read off what they were saying.
Mm-hmm.
But in Suda's case, I think he was starting to like go on tangents and just like start making jokes and stuff that weren't scripted, so the translator couldn't. I guess he couldn't translate fast enough, or maybe he was just trying to like follow the script and didn't know what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that dude, there's literally a part where he stopped and he went. That had me dying.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So as far as the conference, I think they should have went with a direct, but beyond all that, though, I did like the actual hardware. The Switch is super cool to me. It's a really cool concept, and I definitely want to get one as soon as possible. And then as far as the games, there were some cool games. The biggest ones, being Zelda and Mario, but there was some stuff to show. So I don't like. I thought what people were saying online, like, oh, it was so bad they didn't show anything. I'm like, well, they definitely showed some stuff. I don't think it's terrible. So I am looking forward to the Switch in its future. I think that first conference was just a little rocky.
Yeah, I think this conference was mainly just like a way for them to show off the console for real this time. Like, show that their proof of concept in the trailer was actually achievable. And just like shutting everyone else up that was saying, nah, that's the trailer, it's just a trailer, And yeah, just showing off all the new stuff that they had too. Like, I think the controllers, like the way they made the controllers, just like, that was totally left field. Like, I don't think anyone really expected that at all. Like, they were like, oh, it's just, you have the extra controllers on the side, and the console itself being portable is its gimmick. But no, it turns out the fucking controllers were its gimmick as well. It's freaking insane.
Yeah, it's legit. And I agree with what Alex was saying about the reason why they probably did this in like the video, the live stream or whatever, because there were a lot of things like I liken the Switch to what the PS Vita should have been, but the PS Vita kind of died because they didn't really get a whole lot of support, but the Switch has Nintendo's full backing, and I think that's another thing that's really got me super excited for this, because it's everything that Sony told us that the PlayStation Vita was going to be, but better, because a little bit better hardware, right?
Yeah, it's actually native with the system itself.
Yeah, it is the system. So I think that's pretty legit. I'm super hyped for the Switch. I can't wait. I'm glad they're releasing it like the beginning of March 3rd. Literally can't wait. Every time I have a conversation with one of my friends, one of the first things I say is, "Holy crap, the Switch is coming out in insert countdown day right now."
Do you know off the top of your head, right? Like how many days it is right now? The Switch comes
out? No, I don't. I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for that at all.
Got him.
It's like 50 some odd days.
Regardless, I'm super hyped. Like, this is. We're halfway through January. We have one more month, February, right?
Yeah.
But the only big thing that's happening in February for me is Valentine's Day, I guess. And then the Switch comes out March 3rd. Switch drops. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my job because I'm just not gonna go to work.
But March 3rd's a pretty good day too.
Just take it with you.
Yeah, it's portable. You can just play it wherever you are.
Yeah, just tell them I'm doing some R&D.
Right. But I went over this last week, but March 3rd is a good day too, just because it's also the release date for Logan, the movie. Which looks awesome. So we're gonna get Logan and Switch on the same day, which is just incredible to me. Cool. All right. So was there any final thoughts about Switch at all? Do you guys want to mention or bring up at all?
Switch.
It's so pretty.
It is. It is a very pretty.
I hope they make a purple Joy-Con controller so I can like have little purple things in the side of my Switch, black and purple.
Sure.
It's a cool color scheme.
Ravens.
I'm sure they'll do a bunch of random colors, or like people will start customizing them like crazy.
Yeah.
That's a thing that I'm not super hype about. I like the dark grayness of the Switch. I like that color, but I think that the pink and the red and the blue, I'm not turned on by that.
You don't like that?
I think no. I actually I
Doesn't
don't.
make you moist.
No, not
Yeah,
not
know,
e-
right?
not even a little bit actually.
Just
But I like the fact that they gave me the option because I don't know. I feel like the color scheme of the Switch just base is very. It kind of reminds me of an Apple device where it looks really clean.
Yeah.
And it's very just like modern, I guess. I don't know. But then they throw in, oh, by the way, we also have like these bright ass neon blue and this bright ass neon red, and that's cool. But I don't know. I feel like it doesn't really fit with the rest of the tablet and stuff like that. So
you have to remember that it's also Nintendo, and that's their thing. You know, they're not like PS4 and Xbox where everything is always so dark and grungy.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, yeah, no, I get that. I'm not doubting, that I'm not saying that Nintendo should quote unquote grow up. They should never grow up ever. But I don't know. I just they went for a look, and I don't think that their controllers, their second controllers actually fit said look. But I mean, there are some people who do like it, and that's just my opinion. So yeah.
It's funny because I think the Neon controller pack is actually the most sold out one.
Yeah.
Like people actually want that one the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one went first. I was trying to get onto it last night, and the Neon controller pack or not last night, a couple nights ago when they first announced it, Neon controller pack was gone, and the black one had limited stock. So I went to click on it, and then the black one sold out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I definitely see what you're saying because, like, black is sexy, and for technology, black looks cool. But something about those neon controllers, man. I think they're just so bright. They just attract your eye. Yeah. You're just like, oh, this is just so cool. So
I like how they're neon.
I'm just tired of having like dark devices because like my phone, I have the Google Pixel that's black. My Vita's black. My 3DS is black. My monitors are black. My computer's black. I'm like, I need something that's colorful. Like, come on.
That's your own damn fault.
So.
I like the neon that it's like not actually neon, but it's more of like a matte neon, so it doesn't hurt your eyes, but it's like an appealing color.
Yeah, cool. It just stands out, And like you were saying, because everything we have is black, when you put it on next to your other stuff, it's gonna be like black. Whoa, that's Switch. I mean, it just pops out of there. So, but I mean, to each its own. I mean, definitely. Having everything, be all black is cool, or all white, or whatever. We are an equal opportunity podcast here. We don't discriminate against anyone or any kind of
man. I like
colors. We're not racist against colors.
yeah,
we're not gamist.
Any kind of techno color. Okay, cool. So that was pretty cool for the Switch. The only thing I had as far as other gaming news was the Scalebound cancellation, which at this point is a little bit over a week, so we're a little bit late, but I didn't mention this alright, did I? This is the first time I said this.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So Scalebound, which is a pretty big Xbox exclusive, was officially canceled, I believe, on Monday. That was being developed by Platinum Games, and it was highly anticipated for some people. It was officially canceled, so I just want to go over it real quick. Not too long, because I want to kind of wrap things up a little bit, but it is kind of a blow, just because with Microsoft, they're kind of losing a lot of their exclusives. A lot of them go to PC anyway, so losing another one is sort of a pretty big deal. Just because before this, they also canceled Fable Legends, Project Spark, and there were some issues I heard with Crackdown. I think it's 3 now, so it doesn't seem like a good sign for Microsoft right now.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of shot. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The moment they announced that whole Windows 10, Xbox One crossplay, I was like, you shot yourselves in the foot, kids. Like, you just, GG. Because I was already one of those people where, I had a PS4 and I had a gaming PC. And I'm sitting here like, what would ever make me want to buy an Xbox? And a lot of my friends are kind of in that same boat of like, they were going to buy an Xbox, but then like, at the last minute, once that E3 thing dropped, and Xbox and Microsoft said, yo, everything on Xbox is going to be, for Windows 10 as well. All my friends were like, oh, well, I'll just go PS4 because they actually have true exclusives. So it's like, like Microsoft, like it's cool that Windows 10 is doing well, but your gaming division is getting like shafted super hard now.
Yeah. Now I know, me and Cameron, we're pretty big Platinum Games fans. So before I even let it off to you, talk about that because I know you're just gonna rant about it. Real quick, Taylor and Alex, do you guys play Platinum Games? Like, do you guys know about them, or you like their games at all?
Yeah, I played the Korra game. That one was made by them, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was also interested in picking up that other one, the Transformers Devastation, I think it was.
Yeah.
Because both of those, like, I think that just that fighting style is really cool. But like, other than those two, I hadn't really played any other games. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say to avoid those and just pick up Bayonetta 2, Bayonetta 1. Or no, Bayonetta 2 has Bayonetta 1 in it. So pick up Bayonetta 2 and, like, Metal Gear Rising on your PC. And those are essentially those other two games you mentioned, but, like, the full polished version of those.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah. Actually, same price, too, right now, because they're so old now.
About you, Taylor?
I mean, I just kind of play games. I don't really follow specific developers. If the game is good, then I'll play it.
Sure.
I think the only developer that I've ever been steered away from was EA, but I quickly was like, I don't give a fuck because Titanfall 2 was fucking amazing. But
yeah.
I mean, if they make a good game, like if you give me a list of games that they have made, and I will tell you which of those games I've played and liked.
Well, Platinum Games specifically, they developed Bayonetta 1 and 2.
Never played it.
Wonderful 101. They made Vanquish for the PlayStation.
Nope.
You're not a gamer. You're just not a gamer.
Well, okay, hold on. So also before they were Platinum Games, they're also known as Clover Studios, which is a Capcom developer. And during that time as Clover, they made Beautiful Joe 1 and 2.
Yes.
They made.
Oh my god! Yes.
Yep. They made Okami, for
God Hand.
Wii and God Hand.
I watched you play that. Yep.
Yeah, and then also what's the main dude's name? Is it Manami? No, it's not his name. It's
Well, so are you talking about Minami, who's the current director of all of Platinum, or Kamiya?
Kamiya.
Yeah,
that's what I meant. Sorry. He also developed Devil May Cry. So
yeah,
that's also.
Ooh, okay. I do. Yep. Devil May Cry. Yep. So I guess I like them. I've never picked up their games. Like their games don't make me usually want to buy them.
Sure.
In the first place, which is why I don't play them. But my exposure to them is actually through you, when you played like Okami, and I guess my stepdad played Devil May Cry. So right. I mean, they seem fun. I just not enough for me to want to buy them myself.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they're like the king of Platinum game. I mean, the king of action games, stylish action games. So most of the games usually are really solid gameplay wise. And I don't want to get too much into why they're awesome. You should support them, whatever. But for full transparency, I don't have an Xbox One, so I couldn't have played Scalebound anyway. So I wasn't that excited for it.
You have Windows 10 though. You could have played it.
Yeah. No, but
you see what I mean though. Like it's like most people don't want to play their games on their computer, but at the same time, if they had to, they could. Microsoft, what?
Anyways, that's not slight against Microsoft. That's just a personal bias for me. I don't like to play PC games. But yeah, so I wasn't that excited for that because I could never really played it. But as a fan, what? As a fan of Platinum Games and their stuff, Scalebound wasn't that hype for me. It just looked kind of generic. Even though it looked cool as a concept with the dragon and stuff, it just looked kind of generic. So when it was canceled, I was more sort of interested in how does that affect Platinum as a studio. I'm sure they're gonna keep being able to make games and keep running. They're not gonna close down or anything. But that is definitely a big blow for them because that's a big game with a big company behind them and stuff. So it is kind of interesting to see what they do going forward. But personally, just for the game itself, I just wasn't looking forward to that much, to be honest with you. So
yeah, I need them to go to Capcom and be like, look, we had a bad falling out. It was okay though. we respect your decision. Give us Mega Man, and we will make you money.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, they're like, give us Mega Man Zero, and we'll put in X2. You know, for all you fans out there for X, I think Zero's better. But anyways,
sure.
they'll make a Mega Man, ZX game or a new X game, and it'll have Platinum Combat, but be a Mega Man game. That would blow my mind.
One day, sir. Thank you so much for watching this podcast with us. It means a lot. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. I really appreciate that. And also subscribe to us if you want to see more videos like this. We put out a new podcast every week going over what's going on within the world of movie news, video game news, and all that. So we will catch you guys next week. See ya.